welcome. It's amazing to have you. Simone, if I can start with my very first question. Last year, the global community sort of pledged to triple renewable capacities, right? How far along would you say that Germany is in progressing towards that goal?
Yeah, thank you very much. Nice to be here again. Welcome to the BETD 2025. As you just learned this morning from Irina, the renewables represent almost 90% of new installed capacity in G20, of total capacity, excuse me, in the G20 nations and including EU 27. And that marks an historic milestone for renewable energies. And to achieve the COP29 pledge to triple global renewable power capacity, the G20 nations have to engage much more. So we have to triple from now to reach 9.4 terawatts until 2030. And in Germany, we just achieved a record electricity generation. I told this already this morning. Almost 60% of capacity is of the total generation is now from renewable energies. And we at the same time we completed the nuclear phase out and shut down 6 gigawatts of coal-fired plants. So it's a huge progress, and the development of increasing or new expansion records of solar, wind is going on, and that's the base to go on and to go to 80 and 100% of renewable energies in the next years.
Right, to scale up. And I mean, it's evident that there is a big need to scale up, right? And we need to do it faster. But beyond that, what key measures would you say are needed to ensure that we can reliably meet this rising demand in electricity while still delivering on, strong returns on investments that we also need to see?
Yes, that's right. We are just in a sandwich position in Germany. Old government is going, new government is coming. So we address to the new governmental parties at the moment that's a reliable hedging of investments in renewable energy is needed, and removing further administrative barriers. Reforming the electricity market is very important to stabilize market values. Launching a comprehensive flexibility strategy to incentivize the grid-friendly storage and accelerated process. We need a power blend strategy using the renewable energy flexibility like bioenergy, hydropower, geothermal, batteries. The consumer-oriented flexibility is needed, and strengthening domestic production, because we are talking about resilience. So we need more production in Europe, in Germany, even for the industry in the next years.
Right. You mentioned we need more domestic production within Europe. I mean, the EU has launched its Clean Industrial Deal in February. How would you say that sort of like influences the potential and the competitiveness that green energy has when it is like made in Europe, so to say?
Yeah, that's very important, because European Commission seems to committed to continuing and further developing the European Green Deal. Also with this Clean Industrial Deal, it's focused on renewable energies, electrification, and energy infrastructure. They play a huge role. Important is now that it should not be diluted by low carbon or so-called clean energies like nuclear or CCS. We need the focus on the renewable energies, financing renewable energies, market design, flexibility also in Europe to build up the renewable energy.
Right. And how urgent would you say that is when we look at like the geopolitical scape in the world? I mean, we just saw also that the United States has, they again have withdrawn for the climate agreement, which also fuels uncertainty for the renewable energy sort of sector, so to say. What steps do you think that Germany and its partners can sort of take to sort of bridge the created gaps with the act from the US that we now see?
Yeah, I mean, the messages from the US are worrying. I know the Energy Council from of the European level just talked yesterday in Brussels about how can we react and act, because it's really, we deeply regret the withdrawal from the climate agreement, from other agreements, World Health Association and so on. So the international cooperation becomes more important, with Canada inside Europe, with all the other surrounding states globally, to go along the way to focus on the energy transition, on the just energy transition, focus on financing the transition. We just had this panel on the African needs this morning, and we need the solidarity in the international cooperation with all the other countries to stand up and to say democracy, freedom, and the focus on energy transition are very, very important to keep on.
So basically you're saying, if anything, we need to come together even more. There's more international cooperation that is needed with these actions that
international cooperation is always the way to stand against nationalism and the way the US is going, unfortunately, at the moment.
Thank you so much. Dr. Simone Peter, thank you so much for sharing your insights.